This is a sports catastrophe production. Ho ho ho! Hey there, how there, ho 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 there! It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another sports catastrophe. Today is Christmas Day, and yes, there were events that happened on Christmas Day. There's even a birthday boy. Not Jesus, unfortunately. But anyhow, on this day happened 50 years ago, the golden anniversary of the longest NFL football game in history. And yes, this is the Miami Dolphins versus Kansas City Chiefs game for the divisional playoffs on Christmas Day 1971, when they actually played postseason games on Christmas Day, which was weird. And when playoff games were in December and not in January. I believe 1991 was the first year that the playoffs were not in December because of the fact that they introduced the third wildcard team in the bye week. Anyway, so the NFL playoffs were huge in 71-72. Now, there were some issues because, like most NFL seasons, the home team in the playoffs were decided on a yearly divisional rotation, which means that one team could be hosting a game in which the other team, like the team would host the record with a better record or worse record, if you will. So anyway, so the three division winners in the AFL, AFC, and NFC, and one wildcard team, the top non-division winner, would face each other. The NFL didn't use a seeding system until 1975, so the home teams in the first two rounds of the playoffs were alternated by division. So, as it is, it was possible for a team to host another club with a better regular season record. And all that. Now, Kansas City and Miami would not have met if the seeding system happened, based on the fact that the wildcard team would be number 4 and the three division winners would be based on their record. Kansas City would have hosted the Baltimore Colts instead of Miami. Miami would have hosted Cleveland, though. And then in the NFC, it would have been Washington versus Minnesota and San Francisco, Dallas. Everyone knows San Fran and Dallas went to the 71-72 NFC title game in Dallas, which they beat San Francisco. But San Fran and Dallas would have bumped each other in the first round, and then maybe Minnesota would have had a chance to get to the title. Regardless, the first game up on Christmas Day, which was the first time the NFL scheduled a game on Christmas Day, which actually had a lot of criticism. The Cowboys took on the Vikings in Minnesota and won, despite Minnesota having a good home field advantage at times. So the Cowboys and Vikings met each other. Cowboys would win. This wouldn't be the last time Dallas would face Minnesota in the playoffs, and definitely not the last time that Dallas would win a game in Minnesota's Metropolitan Stadium. So anyway, Miami took on Kansas City, but we'll skip that for now and tell you that Baltimore beat Cleveland 20-3 the next day. So Baltimore crushed Cleveland, which was weird. San Francisco hosted Washington at Candlestick Park and beat the Redskins 24-20. Dallas would win the NFC title game 14-3 over the Niners, like I said. The great Jack Buck and Pat Summerall duel, all that happened. So anyway, let's go to this game. The game started at 4 p.m. on Christmas Day. The legendary Kurt Gowdy being play-by-play, and with Al DeRogatis. So anyway, it was 62 Fahrenheit or 17 Celsius, partly cloudy. Yeah, it's weird. Christmas Day is 17 Celsius. Oh wow, but this is Kansas City. So anyway, the game started on a field goal by the legendary Jan Strudeland. And then after Willie Lanier got a pick off of a Miami pass of Bob Greasy, it set up a touchdown pass from Len Dawson to Ed Podolak to make it 10-0. Greasy would rally the troops and score on a Larry Sonka touchdown run. And after a fumble by the Chiefs, Gary Yepremian kicked a field goal to tie the game 10-10. Well, at the third quarter, Kansas City retook the lead off of a Jim Otis running play, and then another touchdown run for Miami, this time from Jim Kick, tied it at 17. In the fourth quarter, the Dolphins and Chiefs got matching turnovers. Kansas City would storm 91 yards after an interception to retain the lead 24-17 with Polak's 3-yard touchdown run. But Miami came back. Bob Greasy tied it up with a touchdown pass to Marv Fleming, his tight end, to tie it at 24. Podolak would return the ensuing kickoff to the Dolphins' 22-yard line, which may have been an easy kick for Jan Stinneland. He had a 32-yard kick and shoved it wide right, one of the worst misses in NFL history. I believe it's the worst miss in NFL history up to that point. Up to 1972. Past 72, there were plenty of contenders, or pretenders, if you will. Anyway, yeah. But remember, in the old days, before 1974, the goalposts were on the goal line and not at the back of the end zone, the 10-yard end zone. So basically, you added 7 yards and all that. So anyway, it was a big miss. Anyway, we went to overtime. Kansas City got the opening kickoff. First score wins. Not like today's NFL playoffs, but you know what I mean. And Ed Podolak got it to the 46-yard line. Kansas City had a chance. Sterling had a 42-yard attempt, but blocked. The Premium tried a 52-yard field goal later on, but he missed by a few yards. As the first overtime period came to an end, Jake Scott intercepted a pass from Dawson on the Chiefs' 46. Unfortunately, Miami couldn't do anything about it. And Larry Csonka had a key run in the second overtime period and got a 29-yard run. So that Gary Premium at 7:40 of the second overtime period. Remember, 4 15-minute quarters, a fifth 15-minute quarter for overtime without a point. And then at 7:40 in the second overtime period, Gary Premium kicked a field goal to win the game for the Miami Dolphins, shocking the Chiefs with his 37-yard field goal. The longest game played, 82 minutes, 40 seconds. It has never been duplicated. There have been double overtime games in the playoffs before. The Panthers-Rams 2003-04 divisional playoff comes to mind. Also, Ravens-Broncos 2012-13 divisional round, double overtime. But they were done early in the second overtime. Whereas this was almost more than halfway through the second overtime period. So this was amazing and all that. Ed Podolak, his 350 all-purpose yards, 8 receptions for 110 yards, 17 carries for 85 yards, 3 kickoff returns for over 150 yards, and 2 punt returns for 2 yards, remain an NFL playoff record for most all-purpose yards, as in yards from carrying the ball, receiving the ball, and getting punt and kick returns. And the 4th highest in NFL history. It was amazing. Both teams played hard and all that. Unfortunately for Kansas City, this was the last time Kansas City would play at Municipal Stadium, as they would move to Arrowhead, part of the new complex for baseball and all that, as the Royals moved from Municipal Stadium to Kauffman Stadium, as it's known. I think it's still known as Kauffman Stadium. Anyway, yeah, Kansas City Royal Stadium. Postscript was that Miami went to the NFC title game and hosted Baltimore because of their better record, and crushed Baltimore in Divine Powder 21-0. So this was huge. Unfortunately for Miami, they would get beaten up in Super Bowl VI by Dallas 24-3, including that famous 20-plus yard sack that the Cowboys did on Bob Greasy. So in the end, Miami didn't win the Super Bowl. But Miami and Kansas City probably would not have bumped into each other if the seeding rules happened. But still, it was a fantastic game. And I know it's on Christmas Day, and I know we have 2 games on Christmas Day. NFL games on Christmas Day right now, and basketball doesn't on Christmas Day. Hockey used to be on Christmas Day till the 1971 season. And baseball, well, baseball's never gone past November with anything, so why fight it? Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Merry Christmas. I do.